phone. Yeah, that's better. That way, I have a terrible memory, so this is much easier. This is cheat. uh, Lisa, when I got to Tulsa, I picked up the car from Avis, and the lady at the counter there was a Hunt Papa Lakota. So I got chatting with her, and she's lived in Standing Rock and at Pine Ridge, and she's telling me about it. So I said, "Well, I think maybe it's an auspicious start." And then when I came in here, um, the receptionist, he's part Cherokee and part Pawnee. So I was chatting with him as well. So I think maybe it's a good start.
Well, around here, there's a lot of intermarriage between different tribes. So you're going to see all sorts centered here in Oklahoma. We have our own 39 tribes that are headquartered here, but because of government jobs with the Bureau of Indian Affairs and with the American Indian schools, we have Sequoia High School here. There's another one in Anadarko, and they are Indian schools. Still today, there are Indian schools. The tribes have taken them over.
Okay.
But they used to be, well, they still are boarding schools. Kids, they move away from home to attend an Indian school. And so you'll see people from all over, they'll come here to go to the Indian school.
I think I met some kids from one of these schools this morning. I was at the Murrell House, and there's a whole school group that had come in from, and the bus said something Indian school. I forget what place it was.
But was it either Riverside or was it Sequoia?
I think maybe it was Riverside actually.
Because Riverside's down in Anadarko and southern Oklahoma.
So
it's quite a drive for them to come up, but they did it in Sequoias. Because they'll do a field trip every once in a while with the immersion school, and they'll bring the kids over to the Heritage Center or the Murrell Home.
So these are Indian kids, basically, and okay, this is something that I wanted to actually find out about is the language, the Cherokee language itself, and how well is it known among the Cherokee people? Because I was talking to some of the Lakota friends, and they mentioned that there's maybe 5% of Lakotas who speak the language.
Yeah.
Is that the
so
same?
if you go with percentiles, it's probably less for the Cherokee, because they have over 200,000 people that are enrolled citizens of the tribe. But then I think the last number I remember hearing was 8,000 fluent speakers.
Of 200?
But my daughter, who ran away, she started school at the Cherokee Immersion School. They do have a language school, and they go in and they walk in the door. There's no English spoken. And as a parent, they say, you don't. If you walk in, you have to speak. You can't speak English. And I said, well, ich kann nur ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen. And you're like, not that either, because it's still white. No Yoneg. Yoneg is Cherokee for white, or white person. So that was Kla Yoneg.
But do you speak Cherokee?
I know birds. I know words.
But is there a sort of a concerted effort being made now to teach Cherokee to children and revive it?
The school has been, the kids, the first class of children that started, with the very first class that entered the immersion school just graduated high school a couple of nights ago.
Okay, the first class?
First class. They went all the way through preschool, through the immersion school, had gone to 6th grade, I believe, and in 7th grade they went on to middle school, to the Sequoia Indian School.
Okay.
And they still took some Cherokee, but you have to go with the dominant language. All the other kids, not all of them were necessarily Cherokee. And so it's an English-speaking school, but they would have some Cherokee classes for the immersion kids. It didn't quite catch up. I heard complaints from some of them that the Cherokee class they had was for beginners, and so they already knew all of that, so it was an easy grade for them, easy mark. But my daughter started as a 3-year-old at the immersion school, and she went from age 3 8.
Is
Really.
she fairly fluent now?
She understands more than she speaks. Um, but
That's
she does
interesting.
okay. She's not fluent,
Mm.
but she's at that an 8
Mm.
year-old child level basically. And
Okay.
but she wanted to go to English school after a certain
Mm.
point
Mm.
because her cousins, none of them went to Cherokee school, and they're
Mm.
reading and writing in English, and they don't teach that at the immersion school until they get into like 4th grade. They started doing some after school,
Mm.
but it wasn't to the grade level they would have been in an English speaking school.
You know, we have a very similar situation in our country because we had 200 years of the British there, and they made sure that English
In
is
the
what it was,
colonial.
and our languages were basically just relegated. Very
Mhm.
similar to what happened here, and
Mhm.
as a result, okay, my generation we still speak our language, but our children, their grasp of it is very very rudimentary.
Mhm.
So I think similar situations happening, but unfortunately in our case it's dying out. But that's interesting. In fact, there are quite a few other tribes other than the Cherokees in this area, aren't there?
Mhm.
Now, do they all speak the same language, the Cherokee language? They have different languages, though.
No, they're all different. Some of them will have a same. They will share like a similar root language.
Okay.
Like Spanish, French, and Italian is all kind of
Mhm.
rooted in Latin.
Right.
Some of the southeastern tribes, the Choctaws, the
Mhm.
Chickasaws, and the Muskogee Creeks,
Mhm.
they kind of share a root language. The Cherokees, even though they're southeastern, it's not the same root language somehow.
Okay.
Somehow theirs is unique. I don't know.
And
how to
it's not
explain
part of the Iroquois or the Arapaho
It could be
families.
I vaguely recall reading that it could be some offshoot of the Iroquois language, but it's not a concrete connection.
Okay.
We also have, you go up north, you'll have your Oto-Misuras. Their language is going to be related to the Quapaw language,
Mhm.
which is also in northeastern Oklahoma, they're north. And then we have Seneca
Mhm.
Cayugas
Okay.
that have come down from New York that ended up here. We have 2 separate Delaware tribes, the Delaware Nation and the Delaware tribe in Oklahoma. You've got Pawnee, Sac and Fox, Iowa, and they have come down from the Great Lakes area and across and down from, well, and the Osages were Kansas, I believe. And then we get down south, we have our Wichita, Sac and Fox, Comanches. Ralph, you can look up all 39 that are here. But and
The
then
Cherokees always seem to have had a very distinct identity of their own. And it seems to me from the outside a stronger identity than most other tribes. Is that a correct assumption?
I can't say it's a stronger identity. They've just been more popularized, I think, through
Possibly.
through pop culture. With the because everyone knows about the Trail of Tears. Well, it wasn't
Mm.
just the Cherokee that were on the Trail of
Yeah.
Tears.
Yeah.
Other tribes had their own Trail of Tears.
True. But you
Uh,
hear about the
but you
Cherokees
hear
too?
about the Cherokees. I guess that we have the biggest mouths. I don't know. We whine the loudest. I don't know. The Creeks were sent over here on the Trail of Tears. The Chickasaws, the Choctaws. All the tribes that ended up here have their own version of the Trail of Tears.
Are they smaller tribes than the Cherokees? They're
And the
small.
Cherokee has the largest enrollment of any tribe in the United States.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And the second tribe is going to be the Navajos. They have over 100,000. They're pushing. And you get into Navajo, and you'll find more pureblood Navajo than you will Cherokees. There's not very many full-blood Cherokees left, just because of the traveling and intermarriage with white settlers happened. That was really